right, Nick. This is a topic that involves both of us, both of our teams, possibly. Uh, your currently possible free agent of the future, Amari Cooper, has been linked to my Baltimore Ravens by many different sources, possibly through trade or free agency. Most likely going to be through free agency, depending on if he gets cut from Dallas or not. What are your thoughts on Amari Cooper coming to Baltimore? I have some that I'll give you after you're done.
So Amari Cooper has really two big strengths going for him as a wide receiver. One is that he is the opposite of a prima donna. He is the quietest guy. He's the opposite of an Odell Beckham or a T.O. or one of those guys who makes it all about him. He's going to have no distractions when it comes to things in the locker room, so he'll fit in right away. But his big strength on the field is his route running, his ability to beat man-on-man coverage, mainly a corner over the top of him. And the Ravens face that kind of coverage all the time because of how they run the ball. They face a lot of 8-man boxes, which means you're going to have one single high safety and corners on the outside. Amari Cooper can go to work against that. That's where he made his money. That's why he was so successful early on in Dallas when Dallas was running the ball with Elliott, because that's when Dallas had a similar sort of strategy as Baltimore. Run the ball, play action, beat man on man. Cooper was that guy. And Cooper can be that guy in Baltimore. I think it's a great fit. And I look for Cooper if he goes to Baltimore. I love him in the red zone because there are two things defenses have to worry about against Baltimore in the red zone: quarterback run, whether it's Jackson or Huntley when Jackson was hurt, or Mark Andrews. And we saw some teams basically put 2 or 3 guys on Andrews. The Packers did that. And that's basically how they won the game. Cooper can win man-on-man in tight positions in the red zone. He did that throughout his time in Dallas, did that as a Raider before coming to Dallas. And I think as another red zone threat, I just think it's a great fit for that in many reasons. I think it's just an outstanding matchup and an opportunity for the Ravens to get Cooper, who could fit right into that offense.
Yeah, and like you said, it's a great fit for the offense. And I love this possible signing as well, because what's better than one great red zone target than having 2? If you put 3 guys on Mark Andrews, there's Amari Cooper over in the corner. There's J.K. Dobbins running a little wheel route, Texas route out of the backfield into the end zone. He opens up the passing game. I think it's the fit that Baltimore needs to really open this passing game. We've been trying to do it in the last couple years. I'd say with all of the injuries this past season, we made marginal growth, but there was some growth in the passing department, better route concepts, a little bit better production. But Amari Cooper could be the piece that would set this off. He's a true number 1 guy, very polished route runner, complements possession guys like Bateman and Mark Andrews very well. It also complements slot speedster kind of guys like Marquise Brown very well. I think it's overall just a really smart move for Baltimore to go after someone like this, because proven talent. We have not been the best cultivators and developers of wide receiver talent through the draft. We usually do our best signings through free agency. You look, Anquan Bolden, free agent signing, one of Baltimore's best receivers. Steve Smith, free agent signing, one of Baltimore's best receivers. Michael Crabtree, Mike Wallace, Willie Snead, great Baltimore receiver through free agency. This past couple of years, Sammy Watkins, another great Baltimore receiver through free agency. That is where we shine as of this point in time. So picking Amari Cooper up through free agency really seems like the smartest move to me.
And there's another element to why Amari Cooper is a great fit is with his time in Dallas. Dallas obviously had a lot of offensive weapons, running the ball with Elliott and Pollard, or throwing it to Gallup or CeeDee Lamb the last couple of years. Amari Cooper is used to not having a lot of touches, right? He's not one of these guys who's expecting to get 100 million targets. He's not going to get them. He didn't get him in Dallas. He's not expecting it. And he's not going to get it if he comes to Baltimore. Baltimore's going to run the football. Jackson's going to have his plays. Obviously, Andrews will still be the number 1 threat. Hollywood Brown is your deep guy. So Cooper can come in and be that 60 to 70, 80 catch, a season guy, but win a lot of those one-on-one matchups, and sort of, I feel like you and I have watched a lot of Ravens games, you coming up to Baltimore. And if one of the problems is that so much of their passing offense is sort of revolved around Andrews doing something spectacular or Hollywood Brown just beating people deep. They need a guy who can just beat someone straight up on a slant or an out or something like that, just using route running. And it doesn't require just a miraculous jump ball or just outrunning everybody. Someone that can just beat someone without requiring that kind of level of effort or some kind of special scheme. And that's what Cooper can do. Just beat someone straight up man on man without any kind of super weird play call or superhuman effort. And that's what Jackson needs. And that's what the Ravens need. And I think it's just a great fit. And I believe wholeheartedly the Ravens are going to go after Amari Cooper hard if and will most likely when he's cut by Dallas.